One of the most unforgettable voices in television just went silent. Isiah Whitlock Jr., the man who brought raw authority to The Wire and sharp wit to Veep, is gone at 71. Tributes are pouring in from Hollywood heavyweights, but behind the headlines is a story many fans never fully knew. And what his closest collaborators are now revealing may change how you remember him forever. If you've ever watched The Wire, you already know the face, the voice, and the presence. Isiah Whitlock Jr. wasn't just another supporting actor. He was a scene stealer, a character actor who made every line feel unforgettable. From the gritty streets of Baltimore in The Wire, to the sharp political satire of Veep, to classic appearances in Goodfellas and The Chappelle Show, Whitlock quietly built one of the most respected careers in Hollywood. Today, fans around the world are reacting with shock as news breaks that Isiah Whitlock Jr. has passed away at the age of 71. His manager, Brian Liebman, confirmed the heartbreaking news, calling him not just a client, but a dear friend. Soon after, director Spike Lee, one of Whitlock's longest collaborators, shared an emotional tribute that has left fans stunned. In this video, we're going to break down who Isiah Whitlock Jr. really was behind the roles, how he carved out his legacy in some of the most iconic projects in TV and film history, and why his passing is hitting Hollywood so hard right now. We'll also look at the powerful reactions from those closest to him, and uncover the untold impact he had on the culture that many viewers are only now realizing. And stay with me, because later in this video, we'll reveal the surprising reasons so many directors and actors say Isiah Whitlock Jr. was irreplaceable, and why his influence will continue long after the final credits roll. Isiah Whitlock Jr.'s journey to Hollywood wasn't a story of overnight success. Born in 1954 in South Carolina, Whitlock grew up far from the bright lights of Hollywood. From a young age, he showed a natural charisma and a commanding presence, traits that would later define his acting style. But the road wasn't easy. Before his breakout roles, Whitlock faced the typical struggles of aspiring actors. Countless auditions, small theater productions, and the constant challenge of proving himself in an industry that often overlooks talent until it becomes undeniable. His early theater work helped him develop a unique ability to command attention without overshadowing the scene. Those who worked with him at the time recall a man who was intensely focused but also generous, mentoring younger actors while refining his own craft. This combination of talent and professionalism caught the eye of some of Hollywood's most influential directors. Whitlock's film debut came in small roles, but it was his work in Spike Lee films that began to make people take notice. He wasn't just another actor in the background. Spike Lee recognized his ability to bring authority and nuance to every role, no matter how small. This collaboration would continue for decades, solidifying Whitlock's reputation as a dependable, unforgettable actor. But it wasn't until he stepped into the world of television, specifically HBO's The Wire, that Whitlock became a household name. His portrayal of the authoritative yet morally complex politician resonated with audiences and critics alike. The character's signature delivery, the elongated, commanding chiette, became iconic, cementing Whitlock's place in pop culture. And just when it seemed he had reached the peak of recognition, Whitlock seamlessly transitioned to political satire with Veep, showcasing his versatility as an actor. His performances weren't just about delivering lines, they were about commanding space, making viewers feel every moment he was on screen. But while his career was ascending, there was a side of Whitlock that few fans ever saw, a dedication to mentoring, a quiet humor, and a generosity that endeared him to everyone on set. And just when you think you know the full story of his rise to fame, the next chapter reveals a surprising Hollywood connection that few expected. And it's one that would shape the rest of his career in ways that still ripple through the industry today. After years of building a reputation in theater and small film roles, Isiah Whitlock Jr. finally began to break through in Hollywood in the late 1980s and 1990s. One of his earliest notable appearances was in Martin Scorsese's Goodfellas, a film that has since become legendary in cinematic history. While his role was not a leading one, Whitlock's presence was impossible to ignore. Even in a crowded scene with Hollywood heavyweights like Robert De Niro and Ray Liotta, he brought a subtle intensity that made viewers sit up and take notice. It was his collaboration with Spike Lee that truly began to define Whitlock's career. He appeared in multiple Lee projects, each time demonstrating a versatility that many actors struggled to achieve over decades. Spike Lee, known for his meticulous attention to detail and high standards on set, repeatedly praised Whitlock's professionalism and instinctive understanding of character. In interviews, Lee described him as a force of nature whose performances could elevate an entire scene. Their partnership wasn't just professional, it was a deep creative friendship, built on mutual respect and shared passion for storytelling. Yet, it was television that gave Whitlock the stage to truly become a cultural icon. His role as Senator Clay Davis in HBO's The Wire is still remembered as one of the most compelling performances in modern television. The Wire, often hailed as one of the greatest TV shows of all time, offered a brutally honest look at the systemic issues in Baltimore, from politics to law enforcement to the drug trade. Whitlock's character, a corrupt and cunning politician, was central to the series' exploration of power and morality. Whitlock's performance was more than just entertaining. It was memorable because of his signature delivery and timing. The elongated "sheet" became a phrase that transcended the show, entering popular culture as a shorthand for incredulity or exasperation. Even viewers who had never watched the series recognized it, and it cemented Whitlock as an actor whose impact went beyond the screen. Following The Wire, Whitlock showcased his versatility in Veep, HBO's political satire. Here he traded gritty drama for razor-sharp comedy, playing a character whose intelligence and authority were balanced by subtle humor. The transition from drama to comedy might have been risky for many actors, but Whitlock made it seamless, proving his range and further solidifying his legacy. Outside of these headline roles, Whitlock also made memorable appearances on The Chappelle Show, adding comedic timing to his already impressive repertoire. His ability to oscillate between humor and gravity was rare and highly respected among peers. Many directors and co-stars have spoken about his humility, his generosity on set, and his insistence on lifting those around him, which made him not only a talented actor, but also a beloved collaborator. While millions knew Isiah Whitlock Jr. through his unforgettable performances on screen, very few truly knew the man behind the characters. Off camera, Whitlock was known for his humility, kindness, and dedication to fostering new talent in Hollywood. Colleagues frequently described him as someone who never let fame change who he was, and whose presence on set brought both professionalism and warmth. Whitlock was deeply committed to mentoring younger actors. Many emerging talents have shared stories of how he would take time to offer advice, rehearse scenes, and share insights about navigating the often unpredictable world of Hollywood. He understood the importance of guidance in an industry that could be harsh and unforgiving, and he made it a point to lift others up. Some actors even credit him with helping them secure roles or teaching them the subtle nuances that make a performance memorable. Beyond mentoring, Whitlock's influence extended into how actors approach their craft. He treated every role with a seriousness and preparation that inspired those around him. Even in minor parts, he would explore the psychology of the character, ensuring that every gesture, pause, or line delivered had weight. This work ethic became part of his legacy, an example of how discipline and passion can transform a supporting actor into an unforgettable presence. Despite the intensity of his work, Whitlock also had a playful side. Friends and co-stars often recounted stories of his sense of humor on set, his infectious laughter, and the way he could ease tension during long, grueling shoots. It was this balance, seriousness in his craft and joy in his interactions, that made him so beloved in the industry. Family was also central to Whitlock's life. Though he maintained a relatively private personal life, those close to him spoke of his devotion to loved ones and his grounding presence. Many of his closest friends described him as someone who never let Hollywood pressures overshadow the importance of genuine human personal character became even more evident in the wake of his death. Tributes poured in from every corner of the entertainment world, from co-stars and directors to fans who admired him from afar. Spike Lee's heartfelt tribute on Instagram, calling him a beloved brother, captured the sentiment shared by many. Whitlock's impact went beyond the roles he played. He shaped the people around him and left a lasting mark on the culture of Hollywood. Even the most celebrated careers are rarely without struggle, and Isiah Whitlock Jr.'s journey was no exception. While fans admired his commanding presence on screen, very few knew about the personal and professional challenges he faced behind the scenes. Hollywood, despite its glitz and glamour, can be a relentless environment, and Whitlock navigated it with resilience, integrity, and an unwavering commitment to his craft. One of the challenges Whitlock encountered was typecasting. Early in his career, directors often saw him through a narrow lens, limiting the roles he was offered to authority figures or politicians. While he eventually embraced some of these characters and made them iconic, it required persistence and strategic choices to demonstrate his full range as an actor. Whitlock refused to be boxed in, consistently taking on projects that allowed him to explore drama, comedy, and even satire, showing that he was more than just the roles people immediately associated with him. Another hurdle was balancing mainstream success with creative fulfillment. While blockbuster films and popular television shows offered visibility and financial stability, Whitlock never lost sight of projects that challenged him artistically. From independent films to theater performances, he pursued roles that allowed him to push his own boundaries and, in turn, elevate the work of everyone around him. Co-stars often remarked on his ability to take a scene to the next level, sometimes in ways that even directors did not anticipate, a talent that became his hallmark. Whitlock's triumphs, however, were not solely professional. He quietly built a reputation as a mentor and advocate for diversity in Hollywood. By supporting emerging actors of color and championing projects that reflected authentic experiences, he helped create opportunities that might not have existed otherwise. In interviews, Whitlock often emphasized the importance of representation and the responsibility actors have to bring truth and depth to every performance, particularly when portraying historically underrepresented communities. Perhaps the most enduring part of his legacy lies in the way he touched people personally. Directors, co-stars, and crew members consistently highlighted his generosity, from staying late to help others rehearse to offering encouragement during challenging moments on set. His humility made him approachable, yet his talent commanded respect, creating a rare combination that left a lasting impression on everyone who worked with him. Whitlock's influence is also felt in popular culture. His iconic lines and distinctive style have been referenced and parodied countless times, yet they always carry a weight of authenticity that only he could deliver. Even after his passing, his performances continue to inspire actors, filmmakers, and audiences alike. As news of his death spread, the outpouring of grief and remembrance underscored one undeniable truth. Isiah Whitlock Jr. was more than an actor. He was a force of artistry, mentorship, and humanity. His impact will ripple through Hollywood for decades, not just through the roles he played, but through the countless people he inspired to pursue excellence, integrity, and creativity in their own careers. Isiah Whitlock Jr.'s passing at the age of 71 is a profound loss for Hollywood, television, and fans around the world. But as we reflect on his life and career, it becomes clear that his influence goes far beyond the roles he played or the iconic lines he delivered. Whitlock was a master of his craft, a mentor to countless actors, and a man whose personal integrity and generosity left a mark on everyone who crossed his path. From his early struggles in theater and small film roles to his collaborations with legendary directors like Spike Lee, Whitlock demonstrated a rare combination of talent, professionalism, and humility. He taught the industry, and all of us, that greatness is not just measured by fame or accolades, but by the impact you have on others, the respect you earn through hard work, and the authenticity you bring to every in The Wire and Veep revealed his extraordinary range. On one hand, he brought intensity, authority, and moral complexity to characters like Senator Clay Davis. On the other, he showcased impeccable comedic timing and subtle wit in political satire. This versatility is a testament to his dedication to his craft, and it explains why so many colleagues speak of him with reverence and affection. But beyond the screen, Whitlock's legacy is deeply human. He was a mentor, a friend, and a guiding presence for those who came after him. He understood that true influence comes not from awards or recognition, but from lifting others up and nurturing talent that will carry forward into the future. His generosity, patience, and wisdom created a ripple effect in Hollywood that will continue for generations. For fans, his passing is a moment to celebrate a life lived fully in service of art and humanity. For fellow actors and creators, it is a reminder of the power of dedication, discipline, and compassion in an often challenging industry. And for all of us, it is an opportunity to honor not only the performances that made us laugh, cry, or think, but also the person behind them, a man whose presence was as commanding off-screen as it was on. As we say goodbye to Isiah Whitlock Jr., we remember that his voice, his humor, his integrity, and his artistry will live on. Every time we hear that iconic "shit," every time we revisit his unforgettable performances, we are reminded of a life that enriched the world of entertainment and the hearts of those who knew him personally. So, if you've been moved by his work or inspired by his story, Take a moment to celebrate his legacy. Like this video, subscribe for more in-depth stories about the lives of iconic figures, and share your memories or thoughts in the comments below. Let's honor Isiah Whitlock Jr., not just by remembering him, but by carrying forward the values and excellence he embodied in every aspect of his life and work. His story may have ended, but the impact of Isiah Whitlock Jr. is eternal, and that perhaps is the greatest tribute of all.